3 bags full.
That's right, we got wool up in here, but we ain't no black sheep. We the golden fleeces of the world, and it's your boy, Rafi Rael, Spiritual Gorilla, day 17 of my New World Chronicles video log journey. And I want to share with you some things that went down yesterday that were pretty neat. Also kind of scary, but really fun all the same. Uh, Not all scary. A lot of it was just dope. But me and Olivia went down to the river because it was Saturday. It was our date day. We were like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do a belated birthday day, and we're just gonna go out to the river. Took all our clothes off, hung out on a rock, sunned ourselves like a couple of seals, and we were freaking gorgeous. There was a bunch of other naked people around. It's like this nude beach part of the Yuba River. It's fucking beautiful. Being naked around people is great. Being naked in nature is always great. Being naked in the sun and letting your sun don't shine parts get all sunned up. That's where it's at, my friends. That's where it's at. So that was cool. And as we're walking back to the car, we're on the trail. Imagine the scene. We're on the side of like a valley embankment. There's about this much trail. We're walking, and there's this rock up ahead, and I like do this cute thing where I run up. We're both zenned out. We've been meditating and qigong and naked and stuff. And I like run up, hide behind the rock, and then like jump out at Olivia, even though she saw me run behind the rock with this like smile on my face. And it was the cutest thing. And then we kissed, and it was like, ha ha ha, cute, weird, cute. And then we're walking down the trail all zenned out. And I hear Olivia say something, but I'm so zenned out that I'm like, whatever, and like walking forward all happy and joyous and free and shit. And then like I do another thing where I dip down to the side and I jump back and I'm like, yeah, and I jump out at her. And the only difference is it's not her at all. It turns out she had said that we should let some people pass because they were moving faster than us. And so there's this gentleman, and I jump out of this gentleman in a blue jacket. And he's like, ah! And I can tell that he is fucking terrified. I can feel, like, energetically that he is terrified. And then my smile goes from like, oh, like, what the fuck is going on right now? And so I scared the shit out of this gentleman. And I was immediately like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my partner. I thought you were my partner. Like, I was doing this thing. And he's like, oh, really? Oh, you could, what the? And I could tell then that he couldn't speak much English, or that he didn't speak English well. It wasn't his first language. So I just keep repeating that I was trying to, like, scare my partner. And he was like, is that really true? Because I think he was on mushrooms, but which makes it even more intense that this person on the trail dips down and just like prance leaps at him, like very playful, but like if you're not expecting something like that, it's like a ferocious lion. I don't know what mushrooms were doing in that scenario for that gentleman, but eventually, like another couple passes, they're giggling, they're laughing, they've experienced the whole thing. I've touched their lives in some kind of way, and then Olivia finally walks up, and I'm like, oh, see, this is my partner, and I was trying to scare her. I was just doing a thing. We were like, he was like, okay. He's like, I'm on a sacred journey, and we were both kind of like, I think Olivia later was like, yeah, he's definitely on mushrooms. Uh, and so just like going through that experience, I scared the hell out of this Frenchman who was the I am. So he was like on a spiritual journey, but he was also on mushrooms. And so it was like very interesting that for whatever reason, we were connected in a way that I needed to scare the shit out of him that day, and it scared the shit out of me. And it also like frazzled me and made me feel like some shame, or like maybe like a little bit of guilt, or like insecure. I was like, oh my god, did I mess up? And like Olivia's laughing her ass off just constantly down the trail, just cackling. And she's like apologizing, and I like feel like this, like, don't apologize, it's fine. Like trying to laugh about it too, because I know that it's genuinely funny. But in that moment, I was just feeling that fear, and some of it was probably his, but some of it was mine, and I needed to feel that for whatever reason, or just to see that, like, even if you do something like that, or you like fail out loud like that, that no real consequences are actually there. Like learning how to like be around people and learn to express myself, I think, is part of the lesson for me. And I don't know what his lesson was, but he was on a mushroom journey, so I can only imagine where he went from there. But it was a funny outing. Like I said, Olivia laughing her ass off like constantly. It was great. It really set us up. And then we like did a dinner thing, and I was feeling a little weird, probably still residually from that, like learning some stuff, bringing some fears to the surface, but happy to report that I am breaking out of it and have broken out of it. We had a great dinner last night. We watched Idiocracy last night. It's a lot more lowbrow than I remember, but I'm happy to be a part of the reason why we won't be seeing Idiocracy as a reality on the planet Earth with the conscious raising on this big ride we call Earth. But I don't know, I really wanted to share that story. I think that was the most important part of like day 17 for me, was to really share that story and like kind of document it so I can see what it really meant to me to be a part of that experience. But also like fine-tuning my joy, pushing myself towards, or not pushing myself, but being a part of my journey in a way that I am in love with the things that are happening on a daily basis, and see that I do have friendships, that Olivia is not my enemy just because we're breaking up. We're actually friends. We're like brother and sister at this point, and like this is gonna like heal both of us in huge ways, going separate ways, and it's gonna show us that we have partners, that we can have a healthy relationship and a healthy parting of the ways, which will be like my first like real healthy parting of the ways, which is kind of why my pain body's like, no, she must be evil if we're leaving. She's leaving us, or like these abandonment things come up, or like whatever it is, and I choose now to state and put intentions on the fact that I love her very much. She's my friend. She's one of my best friends in the world now, and I've learned so much with her, and I get to have a best friend and a sister for the rest of my life, and like learn to have a healthy ass relationship with a female. And I think that that's the most beautiful thing at all ever, and that, you know, happiness is just one moment away. We can always choose to be in our joy if that is what we're about, you know. So I'm choosing to be in my joy right here, right now, choosing to tell that story, and choosing that to be what my day 17 is about. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a very interesting experience for me, but love and light, man. I am Rafi Rayel, spiritual gorilla. And I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, but I'll see you tomorrow, though. I'll see you tomorrow.